Hey there, everybody. This is Magnum Pi. I'm here with Teku, Golgotha, Holle, and Dark Templar, and we are Initiative Zero. So glad you could join us yet again for Rifts, the Devouring Swarm. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, you did it. Cool.
Hello.
I guess that's it. Just two people are friendly today. Yeah, well, the weather's been better, I think.
Sorry, I might have been muted. Whoops.
Jeez.
Yes, it is now finally officially spring.
Officially.
It's not going to snow this week.
Yeah, fuck you.
yeah,
It's
Snow
still
this weekend.
That's right. That's
Is it supposed
just
to
in
snow?
time for more snow. Yeah, it is.
No.
Yeah, it's snowing this
today.
weekend. No, it's seriously snowing this weekend. I'm even joking.
Oh
It's
shit!
Yeah.
No.
no, man, I'm not even
I-
even lying.
I
to you,
believe
right?
you.
It was
I'm just
snowing
angry.
3 hours ago.
I'm legitimately angry about this. God, make it end.
Did you take the winter tires off your car yet?
I did.
No, I haven't yet. I was going to do that this past Thursday or the past Friday, but I got busy, so I wasn't able to.
Yeah, I'm getting it done on Friday.
Yeah, I'll have to give him a call.
Yeah,
I need an oil change too. So
did that last
Oh.
weekend. So,
I got my. So remember, I was talking about the potentially getting solar panels,
oh yeah,
but I had to get my roof reshingled first.
yeah.
So on Wednesday they started, and by the time I got home from work, it was done.
With the panels and
The
everything.
reshingling or the panels?
Well, not the panels. The panels, they're still working on the permitting.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah,
But,
I got
yeah.
my
Roof is done.
I got my panels on Friday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Mine have been on for just over a year, and I just switched over to the solar rate on the Equinox. So now time to make bank. So that's how it goes. Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, almost 3/5 of us have solar panels. So not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
I don't have the
the
solar
angle of my
panels
roof
yet, but I
won't
will
permit
get
it.
them.
Yeah, but you're like halfway there. So it's like half of us.
Yeah.
Half of us
Yeah,
have
there you go.
solar panels. There we go. Half
Yes.
a Golgi and of a high-low
Sure.
and a Magnum. Cool.
The process is going.
Well, one thing that could certainly use solar panels is your ATV because it's electric powered. But but unfortunately, you don't have solar panels. But you do still have enough charge to get Mea-La and Kathos back to their village, which they said was about a day away. They had a day or two.
Before we do that, though, can we check the Mechanoid, hulks that we've destroyed, that we defeated? And my concern is that there's some sort of they're destroyed, but they might have some sort of fail-safe beacon in them. So if they're destroyed, come and collect them. Can we check to make sure that there's not some beeping thing that will lead them to us and this defenseless village?
Only half of us have techno or
Yeah. So
telemechanics.
when I say we, I mean the people who have the ability.
Yeah, Gotrek just has the, kind of natural ability, but telemechanics will probably get around the whole it's alien part, the penalties from that.
Well, and I was kind of thinking, speaking about our battery powered ATV, I was kind of wondering if I could pillage one of these things, take it apart, see what the power source is. Because if it has some kind of longer lasting power source, I'd consider throwing that into the ATV.
I'll give you.
We can also tie off to the mobile gun. I'm pretty sure there's a way to charge one from the other, given that it's got a big ass reactor.
Yeah,
It would-
it might be an issue of doing that rather than spending any more time. We ideally we'll drop them off at the village, get back to Fenton, and that's where we could do all the stuff because
Okay.
we'll actually have the tools.
So it would require modifications to the robot to make it something that can charge something else. So it does not have a port that you plug other vehicles into. That's not what it's designed for.
No USB-C ports on this guy.
No. With the mechanoids, it really depends on how much time you want to spend with the mechanoids and doing things to them, or are you going to use telemechanics? That will tell you pretty quickly if you use telemechanics.
I don't mind using telemechanics for the benefit of brevity.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I would use telemechanics just for.
All right. How's your ISP though? Because you were using ISP quite a bit last time there, Godric.
I have 21 out of 38 still.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, send it Gotrek, you guys choose who's doing the telemechanic analysis here.
No, if you'd prefer, go ahead. That's fine.
Well, you replenish faster than I do,
Yeah,
so
that's fine.
give her.
I give
All right.
the old 1, 2, 3 poke.
Cool. So with telemechanics, when you touch a machine, and you can touch all the machines you want, you get a full schematic, right? So you only need to roll if you're actually trying to accomplish something, not just learn about it. And they are all nuclear powered. It does not seem to have the same power source that the other mechanoids have had.
Do they have a tracking signal of some kind?
You can basically give. Now here's where you're going to have to give me a roll. So give me. It's what do you have? 80%, right? So to try to disable any sort of transmitter that might still be working.
Now, could I use electrokinesis to turn off this electrical component?
Well, you could use electrokinesis, I think, to break the circuit from its main power supply, right? If it has backup power supplies or something like that, like they're fairly sophisticated robots.
Yeah.
You know, you already have telemechanics activated, so it's not like
Yeah, okay.
you have an
we'll
80% chance, right? So
yeah, we'll start there and give it a roll.
yeah, cool.
Is there a situational modifier?
No, this is telemechanics, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
80% chance. Roll it 4 times. 1,
Good start.
2,
Nice.
Oh,
Not so nice.
Oh,
okay, and now roll 4. Good. So I'm just going to. There's a 1 in 4 chance, and if I roll a 1, then you lucked out. 1 in 4 chance that the one that you failed on is the one that got cut in half by Sir Luke. Hey, there you go.
Oh, there you are.
That one is totally defunct. It doesn't have any power going to anything. Basically, its power source was cut in half by Luke, and it's leaking radiation. So you don't want that. But at least you guys are all inside your vehicles and whatnot, you know.
So that was one of the 2
skimmers.
flyers, right?
No,
Yes.
that's the rolling thing.
Oh, the roly-poly.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, no, that wasn't Sir Luke that cut it in half. That was
No.
Gottrik's laser that cut it in half.
no.
Sorry.
Okay. All right, so this one's down for the count, which is good.
Yep. The other ones you've managed to successfully disconnect any power going to any sort of transmitter of any sort.
Cool. Well, and I'll look at Luke and say, good news. They're not active. Bad news. They're kind of fucked. But deal with that later.
Well, I think being kind of fucked is a good thing too, because we don't want them we don't want them working.
Yeah.
But we should try and learn off these things as we can.
Yeah. So you guys, Gottrick, you would know that even nuclear power supplies will go for quite a fair amount on the market, right? Now these would be alien, so people may want to buy them to study them or something like that. But yeah, they are still valuable. They're just not necessarily this weird power supply that you've got sitting beside you in the seat in the truck between the 2 assailants that are just sitting there glowing between the 2 assailants that are tied up in the back. Right, so you, Sir Luke, and the 2 assailants are in the robot vehicle. Mea-La and Kathos are in the dune buggy with Senate and Portland. So you guys strapped the remnants of the mechanoids to the vehicle, and or have your robot carrying the other 2, and you are making your way. And so we will say that by this point in the day, it is about noon-ish. You've got a full day's travel at least, navigating with the ATV is a little bit slow going, a little bit faster when you find riverbeds and things like that aren't too deep, but otherwise navigating forest, when you find a clearing, you gun it, but it's pretty slow going. So it'll take you about a day to day and a quarter or something like that. The robot vehicle should have no trouble traversing this here, but I'm going to roll for random encounters here as you move along. So it's 1 on a 1d10 is an encounter, and I'm going to roll 6 times. 1 for the morning, 1 for noon, 1 for evening, 1 for night, 1 for midnight, and 1 for pre-dawn. Kind of just focusing on those times when you may stop to take a rest or a break or something like that. So I am using, for those that are interested, I'm using page 47 of the original first edition Dungeon Master's Guide for this frequency of encounter check. So it should be pretty good. Here we go.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
We're starting with the evening check. So when you guys have decided to take a break to eat something, no whammy there. And then you guys have a early night, so basically before midnight, pre-midnight check. Let's see what we got there. You're good. Midnight. Just before dawn. And then in the morning. And at noon,
one more. Come on,
just
baby.
before
Come on.
just before approaching the village. You're good.
Oh,
Not an encounter along the way.
feels good.
Yeah, you did get some radio. You picked up some radio that were kind of calling out coordinates and stuff like that. There was no identifier of who was speaking on the radio, but a couple times over the last few days, you picked up a radio broadcast that was something like, 16 degrees northwest or something like that, and in a distance in miles or kilometers. I don't know which one we're going to choose. We'll say miles. So they were giving coordinates, but without knowing the starting point, you don't necessarily know whether or not if you went that far in that direction, you would end up finding anything or not. But that's some of the stuff that you were picking up there. But you guys make your way to the village, and the village is small. It's not overly big. You come to realize that Mea-La is the tribal shaman and healer for their group. And they offer you refreshment, food, lodging, so that you can stay. They let you, basically stay the night so that you can be refreshed for the next day. And it's up to you whether you want to stay there or you want to just take off now.
I think my vote would be to, put miles between us and the village here, get back to Fenton so we could actually start going after the real enemy.
Yeah, and if I can get to my shop and I can, work on this power source and maybe kind of wire it into the ATV, then that's that much better too.
And maybe Fromeline might actually have some insights into these things.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to stay at my shop and not go into town.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, I see the merit to not hanging around too long if they have no particular need of us. I assume they'll be able to handle.
Yeah, we're leaving
assailants
leaving the prisoners.
Do we want to take the armor off assailant too? Because I've already got their collections of weapons.
You could. It's damaged pretty badly. It's just barely in, what is he down
Doesn't
to?
mean it can't be used for parts.
No, you could take his armor from him, yeah, if you wanted to.
Yoink.
All right. So it is
Death
Huntsman
by
armor.
tribals, I guess.
Huntsman armor. It has 17 out of 45 left on it. and you can note that on your character sheet.
Okay. Will Gottridge be able to wear this?
He's kind of man-sized in width, so part of it, probably.
That might not be the worst thing, if only as partial armor.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
There's
Better
lots
than
of
nothing.
surface area that is not covered, though.
This is true,
Yeah.
but there's even less surface area covered when you're in your bot. This is just kind of in case of really dire straits, better than nothing.
Okay.
Fair.
So I'll kick it over his way.
All right. So the villagers are very interested in the mechanoids that you found. They kind of are looking at the things basically dangling from the hands of the giant robot and strapped to the back of your vehicle.
So I'm going to ask if they've seen any indication of these as themselves.
And Mea-La, she says to you, well, we were attacked by these things in the clearing, and we fled. But we fled right into the hands of other assailants. Once our vehicles were destroyed, they pretty well left us alone. The attack was at range, but yeah, the other assailants weren't nearly as kind. And I'll assume that you guys helped them bury the dead before
Yes.
you left. Yeah, she says, but this isn't the first time I've encountered them, she says. And she, shares this with you. They insist that you eat something before you leave, right? It's the least they could do. And so as you're sharing a meal with her and Kathos in their hut, she shares with you that she's a psychic and has been having premonitions, just like those of you who are psychic have been. But she's been having recently. She's had a vision, and it's a recurring vision, not of the same episode, but rather of the same sort of information. She's always catching a glimpse of their activity, of where they're active, and if a village is about to be destroyed, she'll get a flash, and they'll find out the next day that the village to the north was destroyed by something, right? Things like this. So it's more like premonitions and the like. But she says that she had a vision of where they came from, that she can describe very very accurately. The environment of where they arose. She says it was terrifying, that a rift opened, but it didn't open on the surface. Only half of it was above the surface. The rest was underground. And a terrible thing stepped out. It was taller than the largest of trees. Where we're from, there are trees so large that people can live in them. And this was the same size. On 4 legs, it walked out from this gigantic rift, and accompanied by flying demons, metallic demons like wasps, and other multi-limbed and multi-legged robots. It looked like some tanks and other things that looked like these little skimming ground skimmers that you defeated there. And tall, thin robots with terrible grins, all stepping out of this rift. When I looked through the rift, it was a hellscape of battle, a terrible war that they stepped away from into our world. I can tell you where that was, roughly.
The rift?
Where it opened.
Yes. Yeah. Where is that? Point on this map.
Speaking of map, I bring you over to the map. And she points to an area that is, not too far. They are located here. And she says that all she knows is that it's in an area near a mountain. And she points you to this area here, if I can. I'll borrow that green dot and put it there.
Oh. So near Boonesboro, Miserville?
No, that's where the miner
sorry.
was.
Okay, that's where the miner. Sorry. So
Near
south,
Clarksburg.
yeah,
Green
there you go.
Valley.
Green Valley. Yeah, Damascus. Okay, and where are we at?
Sorry, one sec.
Hampstead.
Trying to change the color of that. There we go. So you guys are currently right now here. Do you see it?
Hey, and where's Fenton?
Fenton is the big red dot over here.
Okay, so we are moving further away from that spot.
Yeah. So I will put this here. And this is the village. There, we'll call that Mechanoid Rift. So yeah.
With the radio transmitter, could we get a message to Liberty?
You could. Probably there's somebody there with a radio, I'm sure. I don't know that you really got the comms channels that they're working on or anything like that, but I mean, from where you are, I wonder if this is, no, that's not going to give me the right distance. But, at this scale, I think you're looking at about 30 miles, 40 miles away.
It's probably worth trying. So I would say, let's reach out to Liberty, let them know, because again, they're kind of advertising as a point of resistance. So this way they can spread the word and we can start routing forces that way.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we need to pull back somewhere, Finton is certainly an option. It's just kind of pretty far off the beaten path.
Now, don't forget, it's been about, a little more than a month, right, since you guys left Finton and were looking for the mechanoids, and you spent quite a time in Liberty repairing the robot. So, I mean, if this is where they started, it's been a month, right?
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the period of time. It's just going back to Finton is in the opposite direction of the problems.
Do they have like a shop in this village that I could utilize, or
it's literally huts.
any sort of tools?
No, it's literally huts. Like there's not much technological here. They're very magic oriented. Their armor and weaponry is all made of wood, like bark armor and things like that. Like they are not technologically advanced. They were in the vehicles that they were riding in. She tells you that they, those were vehicles that they've managed to salvage from other attacks, and they have a person that was a traveling operator that was able to kind of assemble a few vehicles for them, but that was about it from from scrap.
And how long ago was this vision that she had about this other town?
About the rift where they came through?
Yeah.
It's not a town. Yeah, she's been having them on and off. Sometimes they're precognitive, sometimes they're postcognitive, right? Sometimes she's looking back. Regardless, it's always a concentration of them that she sees, right? It's not like, it's some terrible event about where they're active.
I don't know. I feel like if we go to Finton could be totally flattened by the time we get there. But so could this.
Well, we don't have the numbers to deal with that alone. We need...
It might be worth going back to Liberty just to see what forces are sitting there and are interested in coming out with us. Doing this alone is not a good idea, but starting to patrol closer to the root of the problem seems a good way to directly address that problem.
Sorry, going back to Liberty or going back to Fenton?
Liberty.
Going back to Liberty.
It's closer. Yeah, we're moving in the
Liberty's now broadcasting and trying to marshal forces. If we're looking for allies, that might be where we're going to find them. Unless you want to go hang out with the Shimerians or start getting shot at by the Coalition.
Liberty isn't closer to anything. Like, it's not closer to where we are right now.
I know.
Whoops. Sorry, guys. I got the wrong direction on this one. This is way back over here.
Oh, that's way up there. Okay.
Oh.
I had the wrong...
This
I read my
still here.
I read my directions
we
wrong.
walked right by them.
Yeah, no, I read my directions wrong. Sorry, that's where it's at.
So it's equidistant, basically, from Liberty and Finton.
Yeah, like we're kind of right in the middle.
Yeah. Again, doing this alone, if we can avoid it, is probably worth a shot. Or if we can avoid doing this alone, I'd rather do it that way. Liberty
I agree with you.
Offers potential help.
Why don't we try and rally troops in Finton then?
Well, Finton really wasn't a place where that was happening. We kind of left Finton to patrol, and well, our first encounter didn't end particularly well.
Mea-La says to you, so you're hunting these things.
Well, trying to anyway.
Yeah.
She says, well, I can give you at least this much assistance for the help that you were able to give. Right? She says to you, and she points to Sir Luke, I can give you this. And she gives you it's basically a carved wooden, I don't know, maybe it might even be I'm not even going to say it's wood, I'm going to say it's a gourd that's stoppered. And she gives it to you and says, for one who charges into the heat of battle so heedlessly and recklessly, this will bring healing to you. And then she says to Teku, for you who were brave and were helpful to us as well. She takes a pendant off and hands it to you. This will protect you from the terrors of the night.
Kind of nod my head and say thank you.
You're welcome. It's the least we can do. We'll make sure that we'll make sure that your provisions are full before you leave as well. You'll probably be doing a lot of wandering. So the amulet that you've been given, Senate, if you wear it, it gives you a +2 bonus to save versus horror factor. And Sir Luke, you received a healing potion.
Magic gourd. Healing potion. Boom.
All
There's a
right.
general question. Is that something a mind melter would use? Because
Well-
they kind of shun implants as a technological replacement for a power that should otherwise be naturally derived. Would
A
this
wooden.
run-
I would imagine a wooden pendant is the antithesis of high technology, though. So
Yeah.
No,
This,
it's not. But it's more the sentiment behind it. It's not the fact that it's technological. It's the fact that it's power derived from something beyond yourself. Is that more the theme of the mind melter, or is it just a shunning of technology because
well,
fuck that, I don't want to pay subscription fees?
Well, they won't use augmentative technology, but they do love magic items and particularly psionically activated techno-wizard devices. So this would be a magic item. Yeah.
No, that's fine. I'm just asking because again, this was one of those things I noticed early on, and I wasn't sure if it was a specific thing. Or
I mean,
generalist theme.
it would be awfully I don't know. It would be really strange for you to have been using technological mega damage armor and when you have psionic armor and then reject this pendant. So it'd be really strange.
No, that's
Yeah.
that's fair.
Same with using a technological vibro sword as opposed to learning how to make a psi sword, right?
Yeah, fair.
So yeah, there you guys are in the village. What's your plan?
Well, either continue to Fenton or go back to Liberty.
Well, I want to go. I personally want to go to Finton. That's where my choice is.
Senate?
I see the merit to both. If nothing else, we can give a shout to Liberty and see if they've got some troops there they can send this way.
Okay. Portland.
Finton.
All right. Well, let's do Fenton.
Okay. Off to Finton you go. So, just need to check my notes here. All right. And cool. So let me just jump back here and clean up our page. You still have these two assailants, or are you leaving them at the village? I think you
Leave
brought
him
them
at the village.
Okay.
Oh no, that's absolutely their bag to look after.
Yeah, they will deal with them. Cool. And you guys are still maintaining the same riding pattern here with Luke on shotgun?
Yep.
Portland on
Yeah, I
shotgun
think
for the
so.
other vehicle? Okay. Cool. All right. So you guys will make your way there. It is probably going to be another... I'm going to do... low roll is 1 day, high roll is 2 days. Just based on terrain. Okay, 1 day. So we're going to make our checks again here. Again, you're leaving in the morning the next day, or you're just leaving right away after eating?
I'd say right away.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Not going to waste any time.
it's noon, right? So we're going to roll the first one. This is for evening. And night. Midnight. And
Hey,
pre-dawn. And morning.
Oh, Lord.
And noon is when you should be arriving close to Fenton, so I'm not going to roll for that one. I am going to let you know what's going on here.
Geez, thank God, thank goodness for Magnum and always rolling high. Like, on our Magnum to never roll a 1, and that's amazing.
It's working
Well,
out for us today.
I know I could next time. I'm going to ask one of you to do all the rolling. There'll be like 8 encounters.
You're gonna say like a 10 or a 20 has the encounter.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So, it is mid-morning. It's about 10:30 ish, maybe 11. You don't really. Well, you do have clocks, I guess. Yeah, and in the distance, in the direction that you're traveling, billows of smoke fill the skies. Sounds of weapons and explosions can be heard even this far away, these miles away. Yeah, and of course you're surrounded by trees, so it's only when you kind of, mount a rise or manage to be in a bit of a clearing, that sort of thing, that you can actually see the cloud of smoke, but you hear the sounds of combat. Yeah, you can. It's up to you how you want to do this.
Gun it.
Do you? Well, you could just charge in blind. You could do that. Yeah, it's up to you.
I don't think there's enough time to really do surveillance and reconnaissance. We just got to get there.
Well, you are in a very tall robot with a bunch of sensors. Just saying.
Okay, well, while we're moving, we'll try to censor what's going on. How many do we see?
Okay. Who's making that roll?
Yeah, and I want to go in the direction of my shop. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not going
That
into
is
the main part of the city.
Yeah, your shop is just before the town. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 2 miles
So we're
before
rolling
the
some
town.
sensory equipment.
Yeah. All right, so you are successful there. And yeah, once you get to a hilltop, the mobile gun is high enough that you can use the sensors also to use your zoom features and stuff like that to look the distance there. You are approximately 6 miles away. Your shop is about 2 miles from the town, which would mean about 4 miles away. Yeah, and you see the town of Finton is under siege. It is, you pick up quite a number of blips on your scope. Let me just see here. Just need to see what they are listing for the attack force here. So you are picking up 4 flying vehicles on your radar for the mobile gun. You can see those. You're also noting a few other things moving around in the town. Actually, there's an additional. Just given your angle. There's an additional 2 smaller flying things that barely show up on your scope. Lots of energy weapon fire. You can see moving through the town 2 rather large kind of walker type things. Yeah, there's that's
I'm
kind
going to
of
relay this to. I'm going to relay it to the rest of the group, and just kind of tell them what I see, and that Fenton's under attack, and that we gotta, act.
yeah.
Let's haul it.
Okay, before you can move, guys, give me the remaining guys, Senate and Portland, and Sir Luke, you're in the robot. So Senate, Portland, give me perception checks. All right. So, Senate, your sixth sense is triggered. And what you notice as you kind of survey looking for a place where you might be able to kind of beeline a little bit through the trees is, well, you see in the trees there and in underbrush there's some movement. It is moving along the edge of the hill that you're on there, and surveying this battle is a four-legged robot of some sort. It looks something like this.
A robot bug.
Looks like that. It is. I'll give you the description here. Yeah. Yeah, it
It's
is.
like a dragoon from StarCraft.
Kind of. The lower body has insect-like legs, combined with a bulbous upper body to give the appearance of a sort of four-legged spider. It seems to have no trouble traversing the uneven ground where you are. It seems to, have some jets built into the back of it, so it may be very well capable of flight. You don't know, but and it seems to have a sensor array on the front. It is 14 feet high in that kind of semi-crouched position with its legs. So it's 14 feet from the tips of its spiny toes, I guess, all the way to the top. And it is about 6 feet wide and 8 feet long. So it seems to have no trouble putting those legs through things like fallen logs and stuff like that and completely just crushing them. So as it moves through the underbrush there, it doesn't seem to have noticed you yet. It seems to be far more preoccupied with what's going on in the town. It seems to be surveying the battle down below. And it is currently about, I'm going to say, "300 feet away."
So well within shooting range.
Well within shooting range, yeah. And your sixth sense went off. Yeah, your sixth sense did go off there, Senate. So, it's potentially dangerous.
We slept overnight, right? So, I mean...
You did not. You guys left. You kept... Oh. Well, sorry, you slept at night. Sorry, you didn't sleep over there, but you did sleep at night, yes. I'm just going to move it down so it has a little bit better contrast here. There we go. So you did sleep. At night you stopped. So you should probably be replenished on your ISP. You get back 12, I think, per hour of sleep or something like that. So, yeah. Likewise, Portland, you've probably recovered your PPE, and Gotrek and Sir Luke as well. So, yeah, there you see it.
And I'll get on the radio and let the bot know what's there. Point it out to... Sorry, I'm still driving with Portland.
Well, you're in the car. You've stopped. You're in the car. You're in the vehicle, but you are in the vehicle, for sure. Portland also in the vehicle. You probably hit Portland's shoulder and pointed out to him first, I'd imagine. Yeah.
That looks different than all the Mechanoids we've seen. That doesn't look just like a drone. That looks like something more substantial.
Like a infantry unit?
No. I think more than that.
I'd say more of a general if it's watching what's going on down there. It's controlling,
I think that needs to be splattered, just looking at the size of the eyes and sensors on it.
Yeah.
It's going to alert everything around it?
Yeah, but I think that's going to happen in a couple minutes pretty definitely regardless.
I can't avoid it at any cost.
Uh, to what end?
Take out
mean,
the general or take out the commander, then the others might
Okay,
confuse.
if you think this is the general,
Well, it's
it might
it's
draw the attention of the things attacking Finton, which is
how
good for
far is
Finton.
it from me?
300 feet.
Three-
Yeah, it's 300 feet from you guys. It is 300
Right.
feet off to the right, and it seems to be moving further away from you, moving very slowly. It seems to be very much engrossed in what's happening down in the town, in the battle that's going on down there.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get close enough
Well,
and
I'll
hopefully quietly enough.
Okay, you're going to get out of
Huh?
your vehicle?
or do you want me to just
Well,
drive us by?
we could, but I gotta get close enough for me to stick it to the ground before, leaps off the ground.
Well, let me know when I'm close enough, and I'll start moving in on it.
Okay,
We're at 100 feet.
how quickly do you want to drive here, Senate?
Quick enough to get there, but not flip this thing. Are we still in a thicket of trees?
You are in a forest. Yes.
Yeah, so faster than it's going, but not fast enough to wreck this thing.
Yeah, it's not moving very fast at all. It's like lifting one leg and setting it down and slowly kind of moving along, keeping its eyes on the battle ahead of it. So you begin to move through there, getting around and navigating around things there. And just need to check something here. All right. Cool. So since we're doing that, let's do some initiative here, just to make sure we've got everything.
Ooh. Look at that, double digits.
I haven't to get engaged, so I don't get my +3, right?
You have not yet engaged it, so yeah, you are.
Man, your rolls suck. Like, seriously. My gosh, guys. Oh,
I appreciate the
fuck.
fact that I rolled an 18 and I'm still not
And
going
it still
first.
knocked you down. Yep.
All right.
Oh my. This is gonna be
So Senate is moving along there, moving the vehicle closer. So how close do you want to move the vehicle?
I'm trying to get as close as Portland needs to start slinging spells at
90
it.
feet. I need to get 90 feet close.
Okay.
Just so you know. Like, as far as I can send
I'm
this
just gonna
bad boy.
keep driving until he starts slinging spells, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as he's readying that, can I also like cast spells on myself while he's readying this?
Well, it depends how fast he wants to drive. Like, he could cover that distance very quickly in that vehicle. It depends what he's trying to do here. Are you trying to get there, get within that, like, so that on Portland's turn, essentially, he can attack? Like, are you just flooring it? Or are you slowly creeping forward?
We learned that wasn't the move last time, so I might drive with care.
Okay.
Okay.
So
I'm not
how
gonna gun it because I'm not slamming.
How many
into
turns
the
are we
tree
going to take? If
how
we're
many?
asking you, I think.
I was gonna say how
Three
many?
turns?
How long do you want to go, and how far do you want to go in 15 seconds? Tell me.
Oh, if we could close the distance in 15 seconds, that'd be great.
Okay, so you basically want to travel about 200 and some odd feet in 15 seconds. Okay,
Yeah, that's way less than the top speed of this thing, right?
way less. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Like,
So maybe 3 rounds to get there. That's reasonable.
3 rounds,
Or
No.
sorry, three
Three.
actions to get there.
three actions. Okay, so now you want to go faster. Okay, because 200 feet in 15 seconds is a speed of 13, right? So you guys can get out and run faster than that. So
Oh yeah, okay. Then yeah, doing it in a single action would result in a roll, maybe 2 actions then? Yeah, 2
Okay.
actions.
So 2 actions. So you're going to give Portland 1 action to do something. And then,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So,
Okay, 1 action to do something, and then 1 action to do my net. Sorry, my adhesion. That you're saying?
1 action
Or
to
is
do
the cover
something.
adhesion?
1 action to do something will get you
Yeah.
basically, you're going to travel about 100 feet after this
Right.
first set of actions, which means we'll get to you and you can cast a spell, but you won't be within range for your carpet, right?
Okay.
And then after
Okay.
Sennett's next action, on your second action, you'll be able within range to do the carpet.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool.
Well then, I am going to.
Well, it's not your turn. Sennett's doing that. Gotrek.
Sorry.
Yep. Gotrek, what do you want to do?
I want to aim my rail gun at this thing.
Okay, you start to track it, so you're taking aim on it.
Yes, and then
Okay.
I will shoot it next time.
Okay, cool. And Sir Luke, what are you doing?
I am taking aim with the crotch gun.
Okay, you take aim with
Nice.
the crotch gun. All right, and Portland?
I'm going to put the armor of Ithan on right now, so that when we engage, I will not be a smear on the wall if it attacks me.
Okay, you cast Armor of Ithan on yourself. I will even let you roll down the window at this point if you like.
Sweet.
All right.
I'll do that as part of my action. I'll just
Okay.
driver's side control. Boof.
Cool. All right. So there you go. And back to Senate. You are moving forward again.
Oh, yes.
Okay. And so basically, after this first set of actions, you are now within 200 feet of it. And it quickly basically swivels completely around 180 degrees and looks at you approaching it. And you are now within. I'm going to roll initiative for it just to see where it gets placed here on the roster. What do we got? All right. So here we go. A natural 20. Okay. Fun. So,
Surprise faces are collective.
yeah. So it will see you there and begin to run through the
Towards us?
away from you, toward down the hill toward the town. So, so Senate, you basically, it is now your turn. So basically, once you got at the end of that set of actions after Portland went, you were within 200 feet. It turned and looked and started to run. It's still looking back at you, so it's not looking where it's going apparently, but it's looking back at you, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna gun it, I guess. Try
Okay.
to chase this thing down.
So you're gonna floor it then?
Yep.
Okay, give me a pilot automobile check. With, again, you're in the woods, so minus 25. There you go. No problem. You will get very close to it, so well within range of Portland's spells. And that brings us...
Terrifying moment. I thought I pulled a Golgi and rolled 100. I looked at the dice. I was like, "Oh God, here we go."
All right. Yeah, and that brings us to Gotrek. You see this thing just take off. It's moving pretty quick. It's actually, it could move very quickly in this area here. It probably has a, like upwards of 50 miles an hour if it was going top speed. So it's not quite that fast, but it's moving pretty quickly.
I'm gonna shoot it.
Okay, Cool. So you'll get +2
I
on the
didn't do all
shot.
that aiming for nothing.
Yeah. All right, 13 will hit. And it's going to try.
40.
It's going to try to dodge. You are a few hundred feet away, so it's at a -2, but it gets no bonuses. So just roll that and see what we get. It does not. So it used its action to do that, and you can roll your damage. Oh, sorry, you did. 40.
It rolled the
Yeah.
damage as part of it.
That's right. So
2d6.
40. Okay, blam. And I'm assuming you hit the upper body portion there. So blam, you hit it. That brings us to Sir Luke.
All right, so since it's not on my character sheet, I'm rolling a d20 +2 because I aimed.
Yep. You also have it's also heavy energy, whatever that will be.
So that's another, let's see, let me just take a look at that. That is also a plus, where are my skills? There we go.
Crush gun has a +5 to strike on my sheet.
So heavy mega damage.
Yep.
That's +1, so +3 then.
+3. Okay, do you want me to roll it?
I can roll it.
Because
he's got it.
Yeah.
Natural 20. What's the damage on the crotch gun?
Okay, the crotch gun is what?
5d6 mega damage.
5d6.
That is not 5d6.
Ooh.
That's 66. So I'm just going to ignore the last one, which is a 6.
So let's
unfortunately.
take away the 1.
So no.
Yeah, that's fine.
18 doubled is 36.
Nice one.
Yeah, blam. All right. And Portland.
Stick it.
Okay.
Stick it to the ground with my carpet of adhesion. You need to roll a special save.
All right. Your default difficulty here is a 13 that it has to beat, match or beat. And it does not.
Does not.
So it is stuck for the duration.
Yep.
All right.
It's not going anywhere.
It is not going anywhere. Cool. All right. It is stuck. I'm just going to, I'll use that to say that it's stuck. Cool. And yeah, so its turn. It actually okay, it detaches, right? You can see that joint that joins the upper portion to the lower portion. That detaches with a blast from the jets, and it begins to fly away. It turns itself and heads toward the town, leaving the lower body portion stuck to the ground. Yeah, and it's flying away. Yeah, just using kind of propulsion jets to get away there. And it is moving as fast as it can, which is, you're clocking at Gotrek probably at about 60 miles an hour. And that brings us to Senate.
I didn't have that on my bingo card.
That brings us to Senate.
Well, shit. How far away is it from me now?
It's probably now another 100 feet away. So it's probably about 200 feet away.
Okay. I don't know that there's a whole hell of a lot I can do with that aside from chase after it.
It's 88 feet per second, so it's probably more, maybe another couple hundred. So it's about, probably about 350 feet away.
So the way carpet of adhesion works, doesn't it kind of fall over the thing?
No, it's a carpet. It's a carpet on the ground that it sticks to.
Oh.
Like mouse paper.
You can cast it.
Yeah, okay.
You can cast it on something, but you would have to. It was clear that Portland's intent was to stick it to the ground,
Yeah.
right? So like for example, in another episode a long time ago in the New West, a shifter cast carpet of adhesion on a Samus and then essentially confused it enough that it flew into another one. And they stuck together and it crashed, right? So you could do things like that, but this was definitely cast on the ground.
Yeah. Okay. So this thing is how far away again?
It is now about 350 feet away.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that there's much I will be able to do. I mean, I can keep chasing it. Directed at Portland.
I think we should do it. We should chase it anyways. I mean, we don't have much choice.
Well, you have guns that have added reach.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to Fenton, and we were going to Fenton, and
Yeah,
I mean,
but splitting up our forces and us two showing up without the heavy armor
no,
isn't
no, no.
necessarily the best thing either.
It's going to Fenton as well, though.
Yes, it's flying toward the town.
But the ATV with the two casters in it showing up in the town well ahead of the armor
Well, no,
isn't
we would.
necessarily a good thing either.
We would.
Don't worry, the armor.
Okay, so
the
you guys
armor
have.
is coming.
You need to make a decision. You have 3 seconds to act, right?
We're
So,
running too. We're going too.
Okay, I'll keep chasing after it then, I guess.
okay, so you're still flooring it. Cool.
Yeah, I'll say to Portland, see if you can get something on that, a net or whatever.
All right. It is climbing in altitude as well. So just so we know.
Oh,
As you descend the hill, it's not descending the hill, right? It's going to climb.
okay. Well, then I'm not gonna gun it so much because it's Shigaon. So I'll just start heading toward Fenton at a pace that doesn't merit danger rolls.
Okay, so you're weaving your way through trees at a reasonable speed, but yeah, piloting the vehicle. Gotrek.
And I'll let the mech know by radio. We're still heading to Fenton, but not at top speed. I've never seen a Mechanoid do that.
Well, to be fair, we haven't seen many mechanoids, but yeah, that was weird.
You're
Shoot
right.
down.
We haven't seen very many mechanoids.
Shoot it down.
So, Gotrek.
Is it? I'm assuming it's still within range for me to shoot it.
Oh yeah, you've got like a 5,000 foot range or something like that. I don't know.
6,000 feet.
Yeah, there you go.
So
It's definitely within range.
I'm gonna try and shoot it again.
Okay, cool. All right, a 14 will. It's going to try to dodge again. And it rolled a 14 with its penalty, so it did dodge. So your blast goes wide as it veers to the right. Sir Luke.
We're gonna try hitting it as well. So
It is not. You're not able to hit it with the crotch gun, unfortunately. You could drop the mechanoid bodies that you're carrying in your hands and use the missiles on the forearms.
How far away is it?
It is about 350 feet away from you. But
the crotch gun has a range of 2,000 feet.
Unfortunately, though, it doesn't have a shooting angle where you can shoot that high. Right? It's gaining in
I
altitude.
think it can point up that high.
No, the whole point of it is not to. Yeah,
How happy is it to see it, and how cold is it outside?
that's right. There you go.
Just maybe it sees a female robot and it just gets there.
Yeah, or maybe it's having
Barrel
some
may-
performance anxiety. So anyway,
The barrel may pull
Anyways.
slightly to the left. Just be aware.
All right, so let's drop the mechanoids and rocket it.
okay. So you're going to bring the rockets to bear. You hear a clang as one of the mechanoid bodies hits the leg of the robot. Gotrek, you steady it. You raise which arm are you raising there, Sir Luke? Left or right?
The right one.
Okay, right arm. And Gotrek, can you read off what the volley size is that he could possibly shoot?
I gotta go to a different part on my sheet here. Give me a second. Where's my vehicle? Oh no, wait, up there. Okay, it's not on that part of it.
Should be in the
And
description of
remind
the
me,
weapon.
because I'm doing this in a row, but my combat Zen combat doesn't apply.
That is correct. It does not apply.
Yep. Just want to make sure.
Are you saying it's on the weapon?
I think I've got it here. So you can fire one at a time or volleys of two.
Oh, there it is.
Well, up to 3 because it has 3 ports per arm. I guess you could drop both mechanoids if you like and point both arms forward there, Sir Luke. Then you could shoot 2, 3, 4, or 6 missiles at one time.
How many missiles do you have, Goddard?
Well, it says 4-armed rocket launchers 2. Oh, that's my MDC.
So also, Sir Luke, being familiar with heavy
18.
weapons.
I have 18 missiles.
Sir Luke, being familiar with heavy weapons, you know that no one can dodge. It is impossible to dodge a volley of 4 or more missiles launched simultaneously.
Let's go with a volley of 6.
Okay, both arms up, all 3 ports open. You fire 6 missiles, so you need to give me a strike roll. You get to use your, not heavy energy, but your heavy weapons bonus. And
so that is a plus. Okay, so I didn't have my plus there. My heavy weapons. That is. Where's it here? Combat. Oh, sorry. Skills. Heavy weapons, you said?
yeah.
Heavy mega damage is
No,
1.
not heavy mega damage, just heavy weapons.
Oh. Heavy military?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, it's 1.
+1. Cool. That's just enough to hit, which means he cannot dodge. So you can roll Gotrek, what's the damage? What kind of missiles?
1d6 times 10
Okay,
mega damage.
1d6 times 10.
1d6 times 10.
All right. That's 4. So that's 40 times 6. Completely blows him to smithereens. He is completely destroyed. Blown out of the sky. And those were plasma, so it's just a big ball of flame that just gone. There's not even anything to drop to the ground. It just like incinerated. Gone.
Hopefully that gets the attention of the ones attacking Fenton.
I'm confident somebody noticed the new sun in the sky.
All right. So, there you are. What's the plan? You have an ATV heading into Finton?
We gotta head. Yeah, let's go quickly.
As soon as my turn, I guess we can just go with running that thing in there.
Yep. If we beat the ATV
in the carpet.
Yeah. If we move around the carpet. If we beat the ATV, that might even be good.
Depends how much of the brunt you want to take.
Arriving in time might be ideal.
All right. So, there you guys are. You're moving in. I'm going to put that back up, actually. You're moving into the town. And, so after a round goes by, swooping in, coming up the town, swooping in toward you are, where are they now? 2 familiar-looking craft.
Oh, I don't like these ones.
And, they're coming into town. They're coming in out of the town toward you. And that is where we are going to call it for this episode. So if you like what you guys heard, please hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Comment, please comment. Lots of comments down below. We love hearing from you. We love interacting. We love having all that there. It really boosts the ratings of the channel. And when more and more tabletop role-playing game channels are getting kind of axed by YouTube because apparently it's not nearly as popular as it used to be, so they're not really promoting those channels as much anymore. Every little bit helps, so please leave comments, please subscribe, share us out, let your friends know if they are into old school RPGs, Palladium Rifts, even like AD&D, second edition AD&D, those things. really, if they like role-playing games in general. Let them know we exist. Share it out. Tell the world. I'm Magnum Pi. I'm here with Teku, Golgotha, Vahilo, and Dark Templar. And we are Initiative Zero.